All of us reach a point in time where we are depleted and need to somehow find a way to reignite the fire within. But how do we spark that flame? Welcome to Reignite Resilience, where we will venture into the heart of the human spirit. We'll discuss the art of reigniting our passion and strategies to stoke our enthusiasm. And now, here are your hosts, Natalie Davis and Pamela Cass.
Well, Victoria, I think it's so eye-opening that you did an overlay of health and wellness. You're looking at this space because that's what has caught your attention in terms of it being off track, right? You're like, okay, why do I keep doing this? But doing an overlay of the other parts of your life that we tend to silo, right? It's like, oh, my relationship with my significant other, that's one silo, my relationship with my parents or my kids, and you silo them all separate. And so to actually give yourself that space to do an overlay, okay, this is happening, health and wellness has fallen off the trains, but what else is happening in life that's leading into it? Because we're all the same person carrying it all, even though in our minds we like to compartmentalize and put it in different little envelopes. And when we're ready to deal with them, we do.
And when you go to the doctor never asks you, what's happening at home? Tell me about your personal life. Have you lost someone recently?
Yeah.
Or are you going through a divorce? Like what is happening in your personal life? We don't, it's like everything is connected. We can't, like you said, thank you. That was the perfect recap of what I shared, because it is, it's all connected.
Yeah. I am grateful. I have a primary care physician that actually does take that time. She's like, tell me what's been going on since the last time I've seen you. And it's not like health and wellness wise, it's like what's going on in life. And what I love is that she actually records it. And whenever I go back to visit her, she's like, oh, well, when you came the last time, this and this and this was happening. And so I feel, one, it makes me feel like she is actually invested in my life, not just whatever she's checking up. But I think that they're like having that understanding of what has happened and transpired the last 12 months, bringing you into that appointment for that day. It's like having a real well-rounded understanding is tremendously more helpful. I think that's I know that the system is not set up that way, and I know that they are not allowed to have that much time with patients, but I'm just saying it would be great if they could give that much time,
it would be great.
A lot of time to have the conversation.
Yeah. We just might end up with less sick care if that could happen.
Exactly. Well,
keep that
Victoria,
doctor.
Exactly. I'm keeping her. She's amazing. So I find it interesting also because when you went into this personal work of peeling back the layers of the onion, you talk about like going to this retreat and the roadblocks that pop up. And I couldn't help but think of like the comfort that your subconscious brain probably had with that, right? Because you held on to that way of dealing with grief for so long. And the fact that you had this excitement or momentum or build up to address it probably initiated some type of physiological response as well. Like we've been fine all this time. Don't change how we've held on to this or where we've stored this in the body. And so for you to actually go through the physiological response of going through this training, that speaks exactly to what Pam said. Like your body keeps a score always, good, bad, or indifferent. Your body is constantly keeping the score.
Very true. Yes.
Yeah. Talk to us about the book. You said that you started the blogging, got the dog, started the blogging. You realized that you had this new creative outlet, and that led to the book. What was that journey like? Is that running parallel to your experience as well?
So that started in 2014, 15, the blog. I just started blogging about my spiritual journey, feeling like I was becoming more, something in me was opening up, right? I think when we start to explore what makes us tick, why we do the things we do, we start to not only see ourselves differently, but other people and start to show up a little differently. And so that was just kind of like, I thought I was doing really well, right? I actually, after the book came out, I thought I was doing really well. And then again, like I said, another loss, and like, here I go again. But that was like if I wrote that book today, it would be a very different book. It would be through the lens of what I know now about grief.
Yeah.
Because even in writing that book, I was just learning as I was going. And I still hadn't, I don't even know if I used the word grief. Yeah, I did use the word grief in the book. I'd have to look at that. I haven't looked at that in a long time. But I'd be curious. I did talk about the stages of grief, which there are no stages. That I learned. Okay. There are no stages of grief.
Which then just shatters everything that we've known.
It's a huge myth.
It's a myth.
Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, who this is coined after, the stages of grief. Her son, Ken Ross, was actually on my podcast.
Okay.
Voices. And we had this conversation, but his mother's work was about her work in hospice and with terminal ill patients. So it was like this process that the terminally ill go through, like these different things they experience. Acceptance, denial, like, yeah. So this information came out through the lens of people dying, the actual people dying, not a griever after someone died, right? So it's very different.
Which they're going the opposite direction, right? I think a griever is wanting to survive and thrive, like we said, right? Instead of like, oh, this is the end. That process was different. Yes, yes.
Well, and what happens when you're dying is you do, not saying your emotions are linear, but you do follow a linear path to death. Like it is a progression, a linear progression until you take your last breath.
Yeah.
The last thing to go is your hearing. It's the last sent to go. So you follow that linear path when you're actively dying. But what's his name? Look at his name right now. It should be on the top of my head, but he co-wrote a book with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross about the sixth stage or whatever. And I don't know if it was like a precursor to his own book that came out after Elizabeth Kubler-Ross died, because now he has the seventh stage, finding meaning or something like that. I don't know. And I'm not knocking his work or anything like that, but it's only perpetuated this pop culture, because it's everywhere. I mean, you can't watch like The Simpsons even mention the 5 stages of grief. Like it's everywhere. And that's just not how, it's just not what happens. We don't go through these. We feel everything, and we feel it all at once, and we feel it all at 100%. There's like no half grievers. We're not feeling rage and sadness one after the other. We can feel it at the exact same time, right? It's both and. So anyway, that's a huge myth of grief.
That just rocked my world, because I just thought that was part of it. And you go through it. I just have that as running parallel with loss, right? Whenever you have any type of loss, you're going to go through these, and you come out on the other end, and maybe that's kind of what has prompted at least our generation to not really deal with grief well, because we just think, well, let's just go through the 5 stages. I've arrived. Here we are. Let's move on. Check the box. We're good. Everyone's good. We're great. And couple that with I've got to be strong. I don't have time. I've got to hold it together. I've got things to do. I'm going to stay busy. Yes.
Job to do. Yeah.
Well, and like you mentioned, when we put things in a silo, right? I think we also compartmentalize. Like, I don't even know if our brains can actually hold in as much. You know what I mean? Our brains can only hold so much. So when you're having to function at 100% in your family life and in your work life and in your personal life and raising kids and doing all the things, and like you're the sandwich generation, maybe you're even raising your grandkids and your kids' kids, or your kids yet, and your parents, you're taking care of your parents. So it's like we're in a pressure cooker,
Yes.
the way it is. And now I have to deal with grief. Well, that I'll deal with that later.
Wait.
Well,
Yeah.
at a later date.
But the
Yeah.
thing is what I want people to get out of, if they get anything out of this, it's like, you have no idea the potential that you hold within you when you address it, and how your relationships will change for the better. You will become the parent you desire to be. I feel that it 1000%. If there was one reason to go through grief recovery, or to go through an evidence-based program like I did, do it for your kids, because I look at myself as a cycle breaker. I am not continuing that pattern of behavior and how to respond to grief and how to respond to life when things aren't going well, like maybe my peers are, or my friends, or my siblings, or my mother, right? Like, my mother is an unhealed mother. I didn't want that for my kids. And I show up differently for them when I am working on me. And I think if you do anything, if you do any healing work for anybody, number one, do it for yourself. But number two, you will see how that ripples out. Because you can either ripple out anger and anxiety and fear, or resentment and all these other things we hold on to that's like poison in our bodies, or we can let our light shine. Really, it lets your light shine when you feel lighter, when you show up differently, and you're living out your potential, and you look to the future with hope and joy and excitement of what's next, instead of like fear and fear of that uncertainty of what's next. It's like you can feel excited about what's next, even if you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
And I think so many people are just dwelling in the uncertainty and that fear, and overwhelmed. It's just a lot of overwhelm, I think, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
And
Victoria,
if anybody did anything, took one action from this podcast, I would recommend reading the book, The Grief Recovery Handbook. You will learn more about grief. It's the book that I thought I could heal myself and heal everybody else.
Yeah.
You can't heal on an island. You can't do it alone. That's what I learned in trying. I've tried many times. But you will learn about grief, and you will know more than probably 90% of the people in your life just reading that book.
I love that. Tell us about the work that you're doing now. How are you showing up and helping individuals?
And that's the other beautiful thing, because after I addressed the emotional gunk, the sludge in my heart, right? Like cleared that away. I was open to whatever was coming. It's like whatever was meant for me was not going to pass me by, because I kept hearing about Reiki. And I was like, the me before would have been like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what that is. But the me after was like, oh, I heard it once. I heard it twice. Now 3 times. Like, what's this? Go to Google. Like, what's grief? What's Reiki?
Yes.
I ended up going to Reiki level 1 and 2 certification. I'm like, I had the most profound healing experience there. I had I had a memory actually come forth that I had suppressed, that just had the tears coming, and it was like, whoa, like that was a very somatic experience. Then I went on to my Reiki master after that. Following my curiosity led me to the science-y thing that is biofield tuning, which uses tuning forks and the sound frequency and the impact of that. I just did a session today, a distance session, which I give people the option, either, I can send you an email follow-up of what came up during your session, or we can meet live. This client, she had been doing work with me before, and she just like, well, just send me a follow-up email. So I do the session. And for the first time in all the sessions I've had with her, using the weighted forks came up on her Earth star and Sun star. Now these are like, if we think of our energy, if you think of ourselves like a battery, we have like the positive and negative pole, like terminal, right?
Yep.
And we have the median, the central median line that runs through. Well, when we are feeling ungrounded, disconnected, we're not connected to our higher consciousness, we're feeling like, we're losing all sense of space and time, feeling just discombobulated, it's probably because your sun star, earth star is not channeling, like your channel isn't open. It's like stagnant, static. It's like static. It's like when you turn the radio station and like our energy gets like that when we get all, and it was just the most fascinating thing to me. I feel like a kid in a candy store when I do these sessions, because no two sessions are ever the same.
Yeah.
And it was like, why is this coming up? And it was like the frequency that was used, the specific, because I don't choose the fork. I don't choose the tools.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a protocol to follow, like a guideline, but I ended up abandoning that pretty quickly and just like going with my own hybrid, like how I do things, because again, it's only because I addressed all of my own stuff that I can be a conduit or a channel for this work. But it was such an amazing session today, and it was so different. And I was just so excited to send her the follow-up email. I haven't heard back from her yet, but I'm curious to see if what I'm sharing with her resonates, which it had before, but so I imagine it will. But like I just had this sense this client was just like floating in space, like she was floating. She was so like disconnected from the ground and from the sun, like just kind of feeling like she's just not in her body, like not in her body. And so anyway, I'm curious to see what she says to that. But that's how all of these emotions that we take in and hold on to, that's it physically, on a cellular level, has an impact on us. So me going through that work and doing that deep work changed me on a cellular level, literally raising my frequency of my body. And I can tell now when I need my own tune-up. And I actually did today, because I've been feeling like a little stuck moving forward on some things. And I just, sure shit, my right knee comes up, obstacles moving forward.
Yep.
It never fails. Like, it's just, it's so cool to me.
Wow.
It's a matter of just realizing it, recognizing it, and like it's like, okay, let's realign and keep going. Like, right, just let's keep moving forward.
And the whole point in seeing all that was that everything I've accomplished has been in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Like, quite literally. All those certifications, like everything has been, except the book, has been since I addressed my grief.
And it was in that 4-day event that you attended. Yeah.
Yeah. End of life doula, like all of it.
Yeah.
And now, like Monday, I'm training to be a hospice volunteer. I'm super excited about that. Like, I have not, at the time I took the training, I wasn't sure, like, what's this going to look like? How's this going to be? And I actually, misinformation, I thought I had to live in the town where the organization was based out of. And she's like, no, we serve the entire state. And she's like, we really need you in your area. And I'm like, okay, well, sign me up.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
I got a new podcast in the works that's going to be like a legacy project. It really is. It's tying into end of life, and it's tying in death and the wisdom of the elderly, which often are shut away, put in facilities, and their stories left untold.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that project right now. And so, I have things coming.
Do you have a name for the podcast yet?
I do. The Wisdom Keepers.
The Wisdom Keepers. Oh, that's great.
Beautiful. Yeah. I just want to make sure that we share it with our listeners in case they wanted to tune in. I think that's great. Wisdom Keepers.
Well, it's probably not going to launch till later this year.
Okay.
So
That's okay.
Yeah.
You will have
You heard it here first. So
Exactly.
and you'll have to reach out to us and let us know when it launches so that we can promote it and send it out to our listeners, because we all go through this, and I would love to listen to what wisdom some of these people have.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Victoria, you're not the first. We've had many of guests that have come on that have made announcements as it pertains to their business that they hadn't made to their business yet, but the announcement was officially made here. So we are grateful for you to share that with us. So wisdom keepers. Victoria, I do want to leave us with one final piece of advice from you, other than reading the book, because that's your one tip. You're like, if you take no action, make sure you read the book. If speaking to our listeners that may be in a place where they're either struggling with grief or they haven't addressed the grief that they've had in their life in the past, what advice would you give to those individuals to work through or on where they're at right now?
Well, I'll say the one thing, it's a hard truth, but it is a truth. The worst has already happened. So working on your grief is not going to be the worst thing, because the worst has already happened. You've already felt the deepest pain that you're ever going to feel. Does it feel good looking at it? No. Do you have to lay on somebody's couch for 5 years and tell them the same story over and over and over and relive everything over and over to heal? No. And that's where this is different. It's evidence-based.
Yeah.
And it's, for working with me, it's 12 sessions, because we work on 2 relationships, not just one, because I want you to really get the program and understand the format so you can apply it to anything else, any other relationship, intangible or not. First and foremost with people, because we're in the context of relationships with people first and foremost. But yeah, it's, the worst has already happened. So what do you have to lose? I think you have way more to gain. That's just my personal story, and anyone that I've worked with and people that have gone through this, any type of healing, really. It doesn't have to be grief recovery. I just think people never regret it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you get to the other side, you don't regret that.
Right.
But you do get to the end of your life and regret everything you didn't do.
Yeah.
And that is,
Yeah. Well, look at how much
you didn't have the capacity or the energy or the, heart to do.
Look at how much you have been able to accomplish from going through that 4-day program that has done. It was almost like a clearing so that you could do the things that you have been meant to do,
and we own this thing too. It's like, not to knock therapists and stuff like that, but I have, I don't know, are you guys therapists?
No. You're safe. No, not at all.
Okay, so on Grieving Voices, my podcast, I had that podcast for, I'm on sabbatical. It's still a sabbatical, but I had a lot of experts on that podcast, a lot of doctors, people, experts in their field of grief, death, dying, whatever. But for the most part, and I think therapists in general, like, they're taught and trained to not share their stories, to not get vulnerable with the people that they're helping. And what's different too about grief recovery is that we go first as the facilitator. Like, it's like when you can talk to a complete stranger in a store and they can tell you their deepest, darkest secret, and for some reason you feel safer telling them one of yours than maybe even your own family member. But why is that? Because they went first. It's like that reciprocal depth of sharing.
Yeah.
That you only feel and experience when it's 2 people doing that. And so I think with a lot of therapy, there's like this invisible wall.
Yeah.
And I think that honestly is what keeps a lot of people stuck. Because they don't allow themselves to really get open and vulnerable, because they're in the back of their mind, it's like, it's just me opening up and just me sharing, and you know what I mean? Whereas if it was more reciprocal, it feels different,
Yeah. Well, it gives them permission to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
If somebody else is vulnerable with it gives me permission. Like you said, what is it? Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. She talks about as a leader, when you are honest and authentic with the people that you lead, they will trust you more and they'll be more open with you and willing to share what's going on. And I think that's true with therapist or whatever situation.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Victoria, how can people get a hold of you if they want to work with you one-on-one or just learn more about what you're working on?
My website, theunleashedheart.com, that has all my links on there. Any way you want to reach me, that's the best place.
Yeah.
I love that.
This has been amazing.
Oh my gosh. Any final thoughts or pieces of advice that you'd like to share with the listeners that we didn't get to today?
I think it just ties into the worst has already happened, but it's also how you're feeling today is temporary. It's like, and one thing too, it's like people, I think in the spiritual space or religious space too, it's like just pray about it. But I would say pray and move your feet.
Yes.
You got to take action. You got to meet the universe. You got to meet God. You got to meet halfway, do your part, and co-create. We're here to co-create, right? Our lives. So, yeah, be an active participant in your life. And how you do that is you address the gunk. Get rid of the gunk. That served a purpose. I'm not saying it's all bad, right? Like it's the shit that builds you up. It's the shit that causes you to find your resiliency, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So prayer with action or something, however it is, your conversation with God, universe, source, but you remembering the fact that you're also holding the paintbrush in your hand to co-create.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it.
I love that. Victoria, this has been amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your personal story as well. I mean, just giving us some insight to what has brought you to where you are today and the impact that you're having on people's lives around the world. We are so grateful that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us, especially now that I was going to say littles, but they're adult littles, are home. So spending time with your loved ones. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with Pam and I. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was my honor. Like I said, I enjoyed the two hosts. It's been super fun.
Exactly. We don't throw too many curveballs. We try to make it a comfortable experience. Well, we will make sure that we drop your website in the show notes as well, so our guests can find you easily. And for our regular listeners, thank you for coming back. Make sure that you subscribe and download the episodes. Share them with your friends, family, or loved ones if you feel that they would find value from the episode. And if you've not had an opportunity to, one, subscribe to our Think Letter, go ahead and do so. You can find that link in the show notes. And then also make sure that you check out the video version of our podcast on YouTube as well. Until next time, we will see you all soon. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us today on the Reignite Resilience podcast. We hope you had some aha moments and learned a few new real-life ideas to fuel the flames of passion. Please subscribe on your favorite streaming platform, like or download your favorite episodes, and of course, share with your friends and family. We look forward to seeing you again next time on Reignite Resilience.